This week in Big Mek Mel's Mech Shop, we're revisiting a Warbosses video that we should have done about a zoggy year ago. A Battlewagon bash of the ages.
We've all selected one kit each. We're going to make a case for the kit, and then the rest of the Warbosses can chip in. They can agree, disagree, debate, and talk about the ups and downs of each kit. But ultimately, it'll be you guys at home that decide which one of these kits is the best for kit bashing, converting, and then in the future we will do something with the results of that and that kit, and hopefully turn out six, maybe less finished projects for you to take a look at and peruse for future videos.
And that's right, a week or so later the community had decided, and a Battlewagon it was. So time to get to work. So I picked up a Battlewagon kit from my friendly local gaming store in Harlow, Marquee Models. Lovely little shop, get down there if you get a chance. I built up the cab like normal and the back section, removed the tracks and put a rear axles of a truck kit on the back instead of the tracks, and then built up the front to make it a bigger engine base that looked more like an American Juggernaut style truck. And then I chucked a truck engine in the front. But then it meant I had to extend the arms for the death roller, which I used a little bit of a scale model kit just to extend the arms. You see the green plastic there. And then went about building a trailer out of two massive tubes, which I got some water bottles for my kids in, and then they became a trailer. Covered me a load of cardboard, a bit of plastic card, a bit of diamond plate, and then stuck some bits all over it really. Plastic card, made a huge harpoon, the turret. The idea is, without the trailer on it, it could be a kill rig. That's what I want to run it as, but I just thought, why not make a massive war rig? And I'm thinking about doing a custom scenario with the other Warbosses with this thing, so I thought it'd be a laugh. In my head, the canon is that this rig runs around with the speedwire for the evil sons, and it carries all the fuel for the speedwire. And then on the back, in the future, I want to make a little caravan that gets towed at the back of the rig, which sells squid burgers to the speedwire. So as they're going, it's like a totally mobile wire. It doesn't have to stop for nothing. It's got all the fuel, all the food, everything, and they just go for it. The rear axles on the truck weren't quite wide enough, though. I thought they looked a bit skinny, so I just extended the axles a bit. So a bit of plastic tubing, and then I put a cocktail stick inside the plastic tubing just to widen the axles a bit, so the wheels stuck out a bit further because it was just looking a bit too skinny. There was a prime with matte black, and then a dry brush all over with lead belcher, just to pick out all the details. You can see I stuck a load of bits on the side of the plastic card just to sort of detail it up a little bit. The extension on the nose. Then I did start painting the top turret, and I used that as like a guide of how I was going to paint the whole rig. I wanted it to be Evil Sons, so predominant colour red with a little bit of Black Templars, the contrast paint. Black Legion it is, Black Legion contrast. And then I did a load of checkers, a little bit of Avalanche Sunset, and then just a few dabs of blue for a little bit of an accent, that Lolthurn blue. I really like that. Just sort of breaks it all up a bit. You can see there, just picked out a bit of Evil Sun Scarlet on the little skull glyph there. A little bit of that Ulthan Grey, I believe that is. And then I paint the black checks over the top of that after marking them out with a mechanical pencil. And in a minute here, you will see me actually doing the checkers on the trailer part of it. And you can see a bit of Avalanche Sunset. Just on all the weapons, I did the Avalanche Sunset because that's obviously the bit of show-offy bit. All the guns in it. It's the Bad Moons showing off a bit, being flash kits they are. So all the guns, and then all the extra bits like the grabbing claw and that, they're the Bad Moons bits, aren't they? And that was the cab basically done. So time to move on to the trailer then. Yeah, all the detail bits, all the little extra weapons I left off, and then painted them separately. Some of them I haven't quite got finished, but most of it's just about there. The fat Ork there from the Rucker Truck Squig Buggy, he's not quite finished yet. I've not got him painted. But yeah, sort of the water tower, yeah, got most of that done. I've done a nice little glyph on the other side of that. But you can see I've just sort of picked out and weathered various parts. I tried to, yeah, here's the checkers that you see where I've marked out with a mechanical pencil there. And then I just fill it in with the Abaddon black. Yeah, I did film myself doing that, so you can have a look at that. And I tried to do a sort of flame effect on the bottom there, make it look sort of fiery, sort of represent the fuel inside. I don't know, something like that. I was just pissing around really, to be honest. And then we sort of weathered it up, and you can see a whole shot of the trailer and everything. Bit of weathering, bit of stippling with typhus corrosion and some lead belcher. Yeah, a few washes, some rust washes, some various contrast browns over the top of the metallics, just to make it look. I've got a bit of a blank spot at the back there. I painted a freehand glyph on there, which I did film, and it's on here in a minute. And here you can see me just doing the checkers. So just, yeah, a little bit of watered down, lightly watered down, Abaddon black, and then just going in with the lines where I've marked it out with the mechanical pencil over the top of the Ulthuan grey. You see, you don't need even to do a full on white underneath. It doesn't have to be bright white, because the contrast between the Abaddon black and the Ulthuan grey doesn't need to be a bright white, because I find with the actual GW whites especially, they can go really chalky. So that slightly off-white, greyish white seems to work better for me. So I just use that whenever I need to represent white. I just use that Ulthuan grey. It's not a bright white, but it's good enough, especially when you're contrasting against the black of the checkers. And you can see me doing that little glyph I was talking about on the sort of dead spot at the back of the trailer. So yeah, just marked out the Orky skull with a mechanical pencil, my favourite little tool. But just nice, it's just easy then. Just if you go wrong, just rub it out. Just mark it out with a mechanical pencil. Filled it in with Ulthuan grey, you can see here, my favourite, not actually white, but it is white. Yeah, so obviously it's sped up by about 1,000,000 times. It took me about 20 minutes, I think, all in to do this. Don't worry, this bit's not 20 minutes, it's only about a minute and a half. So once I've got pretty much the outline, just go over it, fill it all in with the Ulthuan grey. That's it, get it all filled in there, and then it's just like highlighting up then the edges, just to give it a little bit of depth really, otherwise it looks a bit boring. So then I just did a 50-50 mix of the Ulthuan grey and Abaddon black to make a sort of grey. You could just use grey if you want, but I just had them on my wet palette, so I just mixed it up and just went around some of the edges just to give it a little bit of depth. And then after that I just did a little bit of shadow with just some straight up Abaddon black, just so it didn't look quite so flat on the back there. Yeah, that's it, little glyph done. With the glyph done, then here's one of the little turrets with a little grot inside, a little exploding signal on the side, symbol, little glyph. Yeah, and that's it, pretty much done. So I did some weathering on the tyres, just typhus corrosion straight over the undercoated tyres, just to give them a little bit of weathering. And you can see the glyph at the back on the trailer there, with the Warboss on bike, the old Forge World one. God, that's an old model for me. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Then on the side of the water tank, on the opposite side, I started doing an Evil Sun's sort of Speed Freaks Waaagh glyph. I couldn't think what to do, so yeah, I got the inspiration from, I think it's the cover of the Speed Waaagh novel, I think it was. So I used that as inspiration and just did that sort of freehand on the side. And that's it, my war rig done. I hope you like it. And obviously it's the best one out of all the 3 out of the 6 that actually got done. Obviously it's not the best, and we all know Synth is the best. Me and Dim had a good crack at it. Hope you liked it, and vote for me if you fancy it. If not, well, you're going to vote for Sid, aren't you? Because this is fucking brilliant. So thanks very much for watching, guys, and yeah, catch you on the next one. That's it, guys, all done. Thanks very much for watching, and if you like what you've seen, give the video a like and consider subscribing for more Orky builds. Catch you on the next one.